A little confusing, but I'm going to break it down to two branches. Notifications can be edited on either GoHighLevel or on GoKollab, and some of them will overlap. To start it off, let me take you into my SaaS Jumpstart community or GoHighLevel Jumpstart community, and this is looking at it from gokollab.com/build. Whenever you're inside of this account, you can click on your little profile in the upper right hand corner, assuming you have an account already, and you can click on manage your account. Inside this page, you'll be able to go to the notification section. This is super straightforward, nothing too complicated. We'll get complicated and more detailed when we go to GoHighLevel notifications. Here, we can set post like, post mention, post everybody tagged, new comments, new like, comment mentions, join group request rejections, new events created, certificates issued as either email or push. So let me define the two. Whatever email you use to sign up to GoKollab, that will be the email that is used for those notifications. And of course, you can go through here and toggle these on or off. Second is going to be the push notification. This is only going to relegate those notifications to those that have the GoKollab.com app. That can be downloaded via the App Store, iOS, or on Android. And that will be pushing a notification, whether it's a banner, a slide, a dismissible notification, the various different types, to the app. I use both, and of course it's going to be defaulted to any of the users, and each user will be able to set their notifications. When we jump into HighLevel and we go to the automations tab, you have the ability to build custom automations for some notifications. For example, I have a notification workflow that says new member granted access push notification. So within this account, I can do a trigger, which is when group access is granted, I can predefine that the group is my GoHighLevel Jumpstart group. I will do a smart push notification to the app with a custom notification. Now there's default ones that are on the gokollab.com, but this allows me to be a lot more custom. For example, underneath here, I've predefined that contact name, you are now in. Exciting. Message body can be predefined, and then you can choose the redirection. If they clicked on the notification, where do they land inside of that community? This will work for both the GoKollab side as well as the custom domain notifications underneath your communities. No matter where you're routing people through, you can push these notifications. Now let me open up some of the triggers. That way you have an idea of what you have available to you underneath the community side. So of course we have notifications that can be tied to courses such as category created, lesson completed, a new sign up for a course. But underneath the community side, which is going to be here at the very bottom, you have group access granted, group access revoked, private channel access granted, private channel access revoked, and community group member leaderboard level changed, depending on different levels that they reach inside the community. Let me go over the private channel access real quick. I'll jump back into my community just so that you're aware of what this is. If I was to add a channel, or I can actually click on one of the channels that I already have, click on the settings section, and I can do a setting that says make channel private. This will use the members that are already in it and add them to the private channel, but you can do additional settings such as only allow certain people in the private channel to have access to certain courses, and those that are in the private channel will be able to chat together, and then you can have separate channels from everyone else in the community. You can manually add members to that private channel if you want to have like an admin chat, or if you want to have one that is very visible to everyone else to see, but it has a little lock symbol on it. So people question, what is that channel I want to get in? Now, that notification can be configured here. Now, once the trigger has occurred, you can trigger all sorts of actions that would be associated with your need. For example, I've got a push notification, which would trigger a push on the app if someone has the app, and that's the big if. If they have the app, I can notify them. But I may also want to add an SMS text, or I want to send an email, or I want to do an internal notification to one of my team members that, hey, we just accessed granted a new member to our GoKollab community or to our high-level community, and we want to do some type of personal reach out to them. Whatever information you have on that user, if you have their phone number or their email or even a Facebook or Instagram, then you can trigger all sorts of automations that fire on the back end. You may want to do things like delay or drip and make sure that when someone joins the community, we have follow-up emails. Now, on top of this notification section, this allows you to do everything very custom. Just be aware that the users that you have inside of GoHighLevel, depending on what notifications they have preset under their profile, which can be found underneath the settings section, it'll default to that. So if you have a team member that has turned off notifications underneath their My Profile settings, they're not going to get the notifications. On top of that, when you go to the contact section, let me get into a demo account, you would need to be aware that individual contacts may have selected DND underneath their email or text message. So if they have the DND enabled, you may not be able to message them at all, and those notifications won't even go through. And that's why having the option of doing a push notification on top of, and I highly recommend that you tell people when they join the community to also download the GoKollab app, or if you're using a white label community app, you can do the push notifications through there, but your emails and text messages may not go through. I will show you briefly how to do that white label membership app. Up here underneath the membership section, it says your brand, your app. You can click there and learn more, and that will give you a white label version where you can pay high-level a monthly fee. I think it's something like $97 a month in order to get a white label version of the app that'll be just yours. Now, those are your different options for the community notifications. If you're just on the free GoKollab app, then you just have the notifications that are defaulted on a per user basis, and you can't do community-wide settings. But if you have a GoHighLevel account that is connected to your community, whether it's a private community, white label, or GoKollab under the Discover tab, then you can customize it through the automations tab and do a lot of other crazy stuff. It opens up a complete world of opportunities of different triggers and actions and automations that can fire off on the back end. One of the things that I have been working on the back end and I have built out for a client and for myself is the ability to, when people join the community, start having a conversation with an AI conversation bot that is personalized to their account. So hopefully that gives you a couple ideas and solves all of your notification needs for the community section. I'll see you in a future video.